minus.
Since there's Nokia today, reset has to be HTC, then reset is iPhone, then phone.
Robert is minus. Robert, we're good to go. Where am minus? Go for
Too much water. I'm just fed up.
I've been drinking water.
Wait, I want to set the tone.
What tone?
What we want to talk about?
Okay.
I thought you knew what we were talking
You know,
about.
did I not ask on the group? Did I not ask?
It's a title, so I'm setting the tone. There's a difference in that, isn't there?
Look, you go for it. You've got the
Okay, we've never had
I've got this
before.
tiny item. Check.
Start recording, it's fine.
Size matters,
Start. Are you recording? Thanks.
Size matters.
Yes, it does. This is why we give you a stool. Because you're a fool.
Right. Oh, is this where you going?
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to stop. That's where I'm going to start. And thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure
yes.
to be here.
Okay,
I've never seen these jeans so
itching.
clean.
I have been itching to come.
This is the fourth time I'm wearing these jeans. Don't clean them. That.
Not this clean. What are you doing?
Are you looking at my jeans for today?
Well, no, the moment you got out of the car, I was like, something's not right here. Why is this guy looking? And he's busy asking, no, where's the nearest? You need to buy water. Water? You want to buy water today? We've been.
He never
together.
buys water.
It's a woman. We got a woman in the studio.
Oh, okay.
Why should I buy you water? You brought your baby bottles here to drink. I don't know what baby formula stuff you've got in today.
No,
What's in there?
What is that?
It's cordial.
Cordial?
Yeah.
That's what you call it?
It's cordial.
No, I'm
There's
not
nothing
drinking
alcoholic.
that.
I didn't finish drinking yesterday after my ride.
All right, great. Welcome back. Yeah, so like we said, season 2, we're going to be bringing in guests because we got some comments, not as many comments as you'd like, but we got some comments back on some of the topics we had, but also because I think a lot of people were like, they were fed up with our viewpoint and they thought us as guys were always berating.
But it's not Oprah.
We know it's not Oprah. You don't look like Oprah.
Yeah, so I mean,
You can be a male Oprah if you like.
And that voice that you hear is Anne. Anne, hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome. And just going to give a brief bio of her. You're in your 40s?
Yeah.
Okay. Some days.
It depends.
Oh, it depends on the day.
And who she's talking to.
What is
Because
something?
it really didn't come out convincingly.
It's 20 plus.
Yes. I am. Oh
or
my
20
god.
times.
It's scary when you think about it.
Oh, getting old. Okay.
Yeah, that I'm over 40.
Why? What's
Kids?
scary about it? What's scary about it?
4
kids.
4 whole babies. Well, they're grown. The other one is 18.
My goodness.
And then I have twins.
Oh, okay.
So, who had the gene?
I think it's me.
You think?
Yeah.
In your bloodline, in your family line.
No, but like for real, we don't have anyone.
You started the ball rolling.
Exactly. So
Somebody split that.
I'm blessed like that. I started it.
Order.
Well, we started it.
All right, so for everybody's benefit.
Did you hear how the correction came from?
Yeah.
We started.
She's trying to be politically correct.
So the
this is why we
twins,
brought her here.
Boy, girl, or boy, girl, girl.
A boy and a girl.
Oh, nice.
Teacher
And then
said.
the youngest?
Kate, a girl. So I've got 2 boys, 2 girls.
Okay, how old is the youngest?
She's 10, 9.
10.
Almost
Make up
10,
your
9.
mind. 10, 9. You sure you're the mom?
Of course I am.
No, because I mean she's 10, 9.
No, I'm thinking
why I
she's
didn't
turning.
guess with
Okay. 10.
10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
And before Chris decides to do what he wants to do. That didn't come out right. Before Chris starts. Sure. That's why we don't do guests.
and what?
This is why I don't take you out anyway.
Okay. Make it seem as though you even contemplate taking me out. The only time you take me out is when your car's broken down and I need you to rock out.
You have no choice.
You been
Exactly.
together?
You with 10 died.
And then
Who paid for that?
I did.
How come I don't have friends like that? They take me doing.
I paid for that. I drove. I had to entertain. I had to placate.
You just drove.
I had to calm the nerves because she was going all
And
prank.
you-
Be nice, guys. Be nice.
You know why she said that? Because and she said that before we even got to Marondia.
Because of you.
Because of you.
No.
You were sitting in front with her.
no, Kai. You
So
don't
you
say
guys
that.
drove all the way with someone. Damn. Oh, excuse my French.
We're going to look at a property.
Okay.
For the benefit of those who actually think the wrong things. We're going to look for
As you guys. No, she wasn't ready. She had no clue.
And he's not even ready for you.
No, we haven't started. So,
Okay,
let us assume.
We're starting now. The last 10 minutes.
We're about to start. So let us assume.
This is what he does.
And let us assume, because I know you don't think on those levels. So let us assume and believe in reincarnation. Let us assume that, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
If you were to come back, you'd come back as what animal?
I'd come back as what?
What animal would you come back as? Let us say you believe in reincarnation. Let us just say.
Let's see. A lion?
A lion. Okay.
Yeah, a lion.
No, you just did you caught your breath there. What happened?
I just like to be in control.
Okay.
I can testify to that. Yeah. Great. Okay, so let's start. I think that was a preamble. We'll cut all of that out.
No, it's gonna stay.
Why am I the only one talking about which animal I would
No,
be?
because I was asking the question.
Oh.
But if you would like to ask a question, feel free. It's your mic. This one is dedicated to you.
What would you come back
Panther.
as? Why?
It's silent, it's stealth, it's beautifully black. You don't see it coming.
That's a bit shady.
I don't know. I think shadiness is dependent on what somebody's viewpoint is. Why would you say that's shade?
Okay.
I like to be silent. I don't like people seeing me too often. I like that.
Are you shy?
Very.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you?
He's not shy.
Please don't laugh. Yeah.
Frog.
But but exactly the same as Chris, a Black Panther.
You're lying.
I'm for real, boss.
Can't you just have your own stuff? You got your own mic.
I am for real.
No way.
I am for real.
Okay, so you guys.
That's gonna say something.
Exactly. Yeah.
How long have you guys known each other?
So, do you know how many times you get asked that question? I met you. He used to
I'll
be-
let you.
Yeah, he used to have great dance moves before his legs got buggered.
What?
Bruh, they're still there,
No, you're
bruh.
not
They're still there, my
That's why you
guy.
drive all the time because you
I drive
to
because I
freaking
gotta
wheelchair.
get
That's what the
somewhere.
car is like.
But
can I answer?
Okay.
So a friend of mine was having a wedding and Taipereges and stuff like that. That's when I met him. He didn't remember.
My steps.
Yes, I've been to 4.
I don't do steps.
Yes, he does.
And
Anyway.
I choreograph.
Yes, my steps.
And did my steps.
He
My steps are
choreographs
kick
my
lock. I don't
steps.
do kick lock. You understand? I do dance routines.
He doesn't do kick lock. He does lock kick.
I
Anyway,
do dance routines.
Guys, you guys are so old school. You think we don't know what my steps
exactly.
are?
I did a kick lock.
Okay.
1, 2, hit. No, gonna time for that. Gonna time with proper dance routines, proper stuff.
But do you kind of dances?
So last year my car packed up, and I hadn't seen him for over 10, 15, 12 years.
Yeah.
Because I think he's been married for quite a long time. My friend Tanaga, he's been married for quite a long time.
He's been married for quite the time.
That
Almost
was
17 years ago.
Yeah, so that's the last time I saw him, 17 years ago. And as until last year, May?
Yeah.
Was that May?
May.
Yeah.
May.
So a friend of mine said, your car is acting up badly. There's one guy I know who can do that perfectly. And he referred me and I called him over. And he came after 3 hours. I tried to fix it myself, tried to get help, but it didn't happen. So he came after 3 hours and I've been waiting for him. He rocks up. As usual, as he is now, he does everything in 20 seconds. Oh, he's boom, he's gone. So you owe me money. You owe me $60. It was about $60. Call up whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, cool. I'll give you tomorrow. And 2.5 hours later, they were chasing us off there. We started talking. Yeah, so that's how we met.
Literally, I felt sorry for the guy. Because,
Please, Chipvaipana. Yeah.
So it was just one of those.
Yeah, and we just hit it off. And I think then, in the midst of those 2.5 hours, whatever it was, he said, you know what, I'm fed up. And I was like, that sounds like a great title for a podcast. So let's work on something like that. And then we started doing
What were you fed up about?
He's got a lot of things he's fed up about. That's why he talks so much. You know that, right?
So what you need to do, you need to listen to the whole of season 1.
Okay.
There's a lot of things.
There's a lot of things that we...
Which brings me to our topic.
Okay.
Is that what you've been doing all the time?
Yeah, building up the topic. So yesterday we all decided what sort of topic we want to talk about, and one that came out was, are you guys comfortable, guys being men here, comfortable having your partner, being female, take care of you and the kids, bills and everything else? Are you as a man, murume, what do they call them? All this, what's the most arrogant totem?
Move.
Morph. Are you comfortable with a woman the softer, fairer sex, the one that's supposed to be the home bearer and everyone else, taking care of all your bills and taking care of the kids as well. You
Take
don't
care
want
of
to
you as
share
well.
it. It's obvious. It's wrong. V?
Are you asking me to start?
Yes, please, because if you start, we can finish early.
No, and you got
Okay.
you got a nice mic. Eh? Hey, that's a really dope mic. It's got
Thank you.
Yeah, shout
So
out to
do
our
I get
producer.
do I get to take it home? Since we're talking? But anyway,
Why would you think of that, bro? What happened? I mean, you got
No.
a background to this.
I know someone.
Oh, people. Yes.
We should not have video here, no matter what.
I want video. I'm going to start video next time.
Like, for real.
So now you understand why on season 1 you'd hear Chris and I laughing after having seen just one
It
word.
makes sense.
Exactly.
Okay. So anyway, you know how we women talk and you're telling each other stories or your problems, what you're going through. Someone came to me and said, this is a story. My husband was working and then the company closed.
During COVID.
No, way before.
Okay.
When everything was still okay in
Okay.
Zimbabwe. Way before COVID. And then the husband, he was supposed to get a job, look for a job afterwards. They're a young couple. And then one day,
Okay, for the benefit of what's young? When you say young?
in their 30s.
In the 30s?
Yeah.
Okay, they've been married for a while?
They had 2 kids.
Okay.
Then they had 2 kids.
Okay.
So what's the difference for a young couple? How long they've been married or their biological age?
I think their age.
That's what you define as a young couple.
Yeah.
But okay.
They're both young. But anyway, so the wife had a good job, accountant. Ish, I'm giving away too much information.
No, it's fine. It's just don't give
So
out
it paid
her
up
name,
everything.
Jane.
The company would pay for fees and whatever.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then the husband one day said, maybe she had been nagging him, I don't know, like to go get a job, get his CV done and blah, blah, blah. He said, you know what? I'm comfortable with you taking care of me because your salary is enough. I'm tired. Actually, fed up, as you would say. No, like straight up.
Wait, how long have you been unemployed though?
For about some months. I
Okay.
think 5-6 months.
Okay.
But he wasn't making an effort to go look for the job. Do you know
Okay.
why? Because she would give him money to go look for a job and even try and hook him up with places that
And
had,
opportunities, yeah.
yeah. And then she
Nothing.
follow it up and he didn't do nothing. He didn't want to work.
Okay, he didn't want to work. Okay.
Yeah, and he said you can take care of us.
Okay. All right.
And that was it.
Producer's laughing his head off.
Are they still together?
Yes, they are.
What
You see,
happened?
that's the thing with women. We love our men. We have no choice. Sometimes you think, okay, you know what? I will pray about this. Maybe get him up on his feet or something. Maybe he's discouraged.
Wait,
Maybe.
is he still unemployed?
No.
Okay.
Now the tables have turned.
She's unemployed.
Yes,
And he's looking
Isn't
up.
life funny, isn't it?
exactly.
Yeah. So how long was he unemployed for though, before he got a job?
Almost a year.
Almost a year. And then
He only managed to get a job when they moved
Moved residence or moved city? Moved.
to another country.
Okay. Now I'm laughing because there's something in my throat.
But then the thing is, the mother was okay with it.
His mom.
Yes.
but you know that's what mothers are like. Mothers will always and I think I told him a story once.
I'm not going to be that mother.
Yeah, you say that now. I say that because a lot of people say a lot of things until they're in that situation, then they can say that.
I foresee this being quite a serious.
Wait,
Record.
I'm not.
There's so
Remember
many
what
things
we
coming
talked
out.
about. Remember what we talked about.
I wasn't there.
Wait, let me update you. What's up with some men in this age wanting to be taken care of by women? What's up with that? They're so comfortable.
I think they're tired.
And a lot of them are like that.
They're tired.
When you say a lot of them, are you talking in generals, as in within our
It's become almost
borders?
like a pandemic. That's
Within
what
our
she
borders.
said.
Yeah,
within
it
our
is.
Borders. Within our borders.
Yes.
Yo. Okay.
Okay, my take on that is that I think a lot of men, especially in Zimbabwe, there's an incredible amount of pressure to do certain things. Things that our father's generation and the ones before that would take it lightly and say, this is what it
Dr.
is.
Chris is on the mic.
So now they've got an outlet to be able to be like that. For me, I'll tell you one thing that I'm really fed up with is the notion that you can be comfortable to be like that. And I think when you give me that sort of statement, my dad would, every time it's 6 o'clock in the morning, actually say, what are you still doing in bed? So it got into me, my generation, and I'll say that, was like you'd always get up. Even if I was to go away on holiday, 6 o'clock I'm out of bed. That whole lounging sort of thing and everything else, it was ingrained in me. I'm trying to give an example to tell you how we were. And one of the things he said to us is that you will always provide. And he says you must always have something saved up. So if I'm coming to you and I say, hey, I got $50, I've actually got $100. But I'm keeping 50 aside because there's going to be a situation where it's going to come through. Because once you upset that balance, and you notice I'm not using power, but balance. The balance is I will provide, you would nurture. For me,
exactly.
It will always be able to move forward as a race. Once you upset that, you got a lot of these dynamics where people come to them and says it's okay to sit. The church I used to go to, the pastor would say that as a man you must have a plan and a saving for 6 months, so that should anything go wrong, you are taking care of your family for 6 months. If you're paying DSTV, it's being paid for. If you've been taking your kids with that car, you're taking them there, you're doing everything else. Why that was critical? Because once you upset that balance, you might not see it, but you say they've got kids, right? Mm-hmm. The kids saw that. And kids don't listen. They get imprinted with that behavior. That behavior is now imprinted onto them. And a lot of these young men take it that, you know what, I'll take it because it seems like it's so insurmountable. I can't handle Zim. All this stuff is going wrong. All of us have got pressures. Incredible pressures. Some people will hear my voice and think, I'm an boy. No, I've had a pretty tough time where I didn't want to wake up. I think the producer knows more than most. Didn't want to wake up and get to a certain position, but you have to get up. You have to do it. And I personally am fed up with people who try and give me an excuse. Zimbo is fire. So get out. Every Zimbo gets a passport before they get a driver's license. Every Zimbo gets a passport before they get a driver's license. And not every country doesn't like us. There are countries that love us. So get up and do something.
Find
at a particular point. Why are they comfortable? It's easy. But the problem is, if you want to fix a problem, the problem sometimes is like prostitution. Hey, prostitution is wrong. Hey, what? Fix the problem. Why would this man want to have and go to a prostitute? Speak on that.
Talking about something to do, find something to do. I'll tell you my story. Can I?
Not a problem. The mic is yours.
He always comes last because he wants to talk so much.
There's a time when my husband and I, we lost our jobs. We've got a company. Things weren't working out. And then, the last thing you want is to be begging people
dependent, asking people.
Exactly. So we have a yard at home, very big. We removed Loniese, and then my husband is an IT person. God is funny how he works. Like Moses, what do you have? So we had the piece of land at home. Then he started doing tomatoes from scratch. No one taught him. He taught himself. Internet, finding out, going on Facebook, finding out how to do everything. He started doing that by himself. And then we tried tomatoes. And these tomatoes were huge, like from a greenhouse. It wasn't even a greenhouse. Trial and error at home. So what I'll do, I'm a marketing person. Then I had a gold Merc.
You had a what?
A gold Mercedes.
So he would
we
plant.
need video because you need to see it, then you understand.
No, so he had. No, people like what you're saying, that people think you're okay. They see you like this. They think everything is all good.
Screen saving.
But it wasn't. But I had to get up. We had to get up. We had to work as a couple. So he was doing the tomatoes until someone actually asked me. They saw me in the parking lot. I stay in my neighborhood. So I would go to Poly Handy, get packaging for the tomatoes. Then there was that Tel One building. Remember Masatsa, that place that used to cook satsa?
Yes.
Yeah. So I would get tomatoes, package them $1, $2, $1 for two, whatever. The breakages, I would blend them. That's what I used to use at home. Put them in the fridge. And then sell. time your lunch to go pick up the kids, I'll be in the parking lot, different places, like 2 places or 3.
The gold Mercedes.
So in the boot, selling my tomatoes.
But wait, have you always been a salesperson?
Yeah, my husband taught me actually.
You're kidding, really?
I swear. But anyway, that's another story. But anyway, there's always something that one can do. It depends with your faith. I mean, it can be hopeless if you believe that there's absolutely nothing.
Okay, so you're saying religion plays the biggest part in order you have something to do.
Yes.
So if you don't have that, it's suicide.
You don't. That's me.
Yeah, but we've got billionaires who don't believe in God.
Mm-mm.
They do?
Really?
Yeah.
I love the way she just stood. I a lot of things were raised.
Yes.
When you guys were having a discourse.
Okay. And you're looking.
I was looking. I was very quiet. Silence is golden. So I
Like a merc.
Yes, processing everything.
Yeah, silence is golden like a merc.
Don't drift.
Last week, we talked about are you the best you can be,
Yes.
and we it hasn't come out yet. But what we ended up agreeing upon is, in order to be the best, you need to give the best. And we then took it further that if you're then going to give the best, that means in order for you to be recognized as the best, you have to be serving in something, or you have to serve an industry, an entity, an organism. You have to serve in order for you to be recognized as being the best. Otherwise, nobody knows that you're the best because you're not meeting their needs. So when you get to a situation that you are highlighting about how you are not gainfully employed and how the Merc became your shop, what you're doing is you're wanting to be the best to the organism or the organization or the entity of what you and your husband were defining as a family setup. So you were serving to be the best in order to make sure that is seen as being functional. I do not want to preach, and I don't want to Chris, let it go. And I don't want to say that you are wrong about the question he posed, that so you have to have faith, and you said yes, and then I love the way you quickly said that's you. For me, I'm a Christian. I am, but I didn't say I'm perfect, Chris. Now zip it.
That actually sounds like what a Christian would say. All Christians say that we're all broken, right?
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm not being theoretical about it. I know I'm a twat.
Okay.
You know, but there comes a time when God or no God, devil or no devil, you need to make a stand within yourself to be excited about the definition of self, and be excited that you can then present yourself to serve someone, something, in order to be the best at something. Just do something. Nike, we agreed about it last week. Just do it. And those cats that are now comfortable being looked after, I think it's just a degeneration of an appreciation of self.
So they don't love themselves.
They don't.
They don't.
They don't.
Is that our
I
viewpoint?
agree.
No,
wait. That's our viewpoint.
No, hang on. You are going to sit and do literally nothing. I was about to say FedUp or, you know, and be expectant. In other words, you are living in this bubble of entitlement.
Okay.
And that just gets me just irate, because entitlement in itself is a selfish mindset. Because what you're saying is, regardless of what you guys are doing, meet me at my point of need, because I don't want to do it myself.
So you want them to take care of somebody else?
They need to take care of themselves.
First.
All right,
understand?
cool.
Of themselves. And then step up.
I'm going to start to think like them and why they're set and they became the way that they were. He's probably struggled, and just hear me out here. He's probably struggled.
I like the way you say just hear me out, because you knew. I was just going to cut you up.
No, you can try. So the mindset that they'll probably have is this one, is that can't you see that I'm trying? Let me put it this way. The way that I say it and do it is different. So you might see me sitting, but I'm probably holding my phone, and all I've done all day is ask other individuals to see whether they can get me where I want to get to. Men get really frustrated with certain things. Simple things like a woman who constantly asks the same question over and over and over again. That's just something that men really have a problem with. So they always want to ask me once. And I say this because I watched something for TD Jakes was like a woman
watched TD Jakes.
I do a lot of research. He was with
this
his
was
daughter.
research.
Yeah, so I was watching that. Actually, quite interesting.
Okay, it was research material.
Of course it is. So I can answer you and her. So his daughter was asking this question. Yeah, his daughter was asking this question.
Yeah,
she was. I have challenges with my husband sometimes where I will say something like, "Hey, I'm excited. We're going to start a tomato project, and it's going to need A, B, C, D, and everything else." And she'll come and present this idea to him. Oh, listen to me. And what happens is...
No, exactly.
You watched it?
No.
Oh, you've lived it? Yes. Now, this is what happens with men. When men hear that from a woman, women are expecting an immediate emotional response,
yes,
which is engaging and also going forward. But men are logical creatures. So this is what they do. Okay, I've heard you. Now he's going to go away and think about it. He's going to go away and think about it. And he's going to think about how it's going to work, how it's going to be implemented, how everything's going to be put together, where the money's going to come from, how we're going to take it this way. That's how men work. And unfortunately, that lapse of that gap, a woman emotionally takes it. You're not listening to me.
Yeah,
you're not listening to me.
You're not on.
Yeah, you're not point with me, you're not exactly with me. But what he's doing is actually trying to really thrash it out. And comes back 3 or 4 days later and says, "It's a good idea. Have you thought about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? And a woman immediately says, "But I was there already emotionally. I was there already, and you're not there. And because of that, I don't want to do that anymore." A lot of it, you just
there we go, there we go,
right?
Right now, exactly we need video. The times we need to switch on and switch off the video, you know.
But you understand what I'm saying? And he was saying that is the issue. It's not like your man has said no to the problem. Some might say, no, I've seen it immediately because he probably has heard it 1,000 times over. But 10 times out of 10, what we do as men is that we sit, we analyze, and we're told, okay, this is what we need to do, and we check on all them because instinctively we are the providers. Instinctively. Provision is not money only. And a lot of people got to understand that provision, when I provide, it's not that. I provide security in terms of being the steward and the rock for you when you got your challenges. How many times do women come back and say, "Hey, kubasa nas," and you're going, no. You're looking for someone to be able to your sounding board and say, that sort of scenario. Something that you can't get from your girlfriends because it's different when it comes from your male perspective. Provision is different. So when that gap and lapse happens, a lot of the times women are like, he's not even listening to me, everything else. But we're thinking and we're looking way ahead because that's what we do. We look way ahead to make sure that we've got all the aces covered before we make a certain move. So this guy who, after a year, finally got the job he was looking for, do you know what he was doing? Mm-hmm. I think you gave the answer where they said that they moved out. That's what he was looking at. He looked around and he says, even if I was to get a job here, it will not be able to provide for my family where I need to provide for it. Because now, what happens if I die? We can't let her. I can't let her be the only one that looks after all this stuff. And I really must be able to think hard of where I'm supposed to be. Where can I be? What should I do? And then he's thinking and he's plotting because you don't just leave the country in 2 days.
I like what you're saying, Chris. In 2 days. I like what you're saying. It's very methodical. It's very wow. Yes, yeah. It gives a different perspective.
Before you answer, you're not sexy, right?
No, I said it gives you a different perspective. You've thrown a different perspective of he may have been calculating that this is not working.
You don't leave the country in 2 days. You don't leave the country in 3 months. You don't leave the country in 4.
Hey, yo. I said I'm agreeing with you, my guy. I said he may have been thinking like that. He may have. Unfortunately,
no, let me answer.
No clue.
No.
He may.
We do.
He may have
not.
No way. He may.
Who got the job outside?
He did.
That's what the plan was.
That's what the plan was.
What if he just stumbled upon
There's nothing like stumbling. There's no coincidence. There's no stumbling. There's nothing like that.
Okay, here's the deal.
You're a woman of faith. I'm going to say faith leads you to where you're supposed to go to. Let's not even lie about it's going to be.
No, faith does not. Faith does not lead you to a... Thank you.
You are a pseudo-Christian. I'm not having this argument with a pseudo-Christian. I'll have it with you.
Faith will not lead you to where you're supposed to get.
Oh my God, this is good.
It will not. It will not.
Can she answer that?
Wait, let him finish.
Okay.
Faith will not lead you to where you're supposed to go.
Okay.
What
Why?
you do will lead you to where you're supposed to go.
Okay.
Faith now is that which
What is faith?
encourages you.
What is faith?
Faith is believing in
The unseen.
the unseen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where
faith
you said faith
is the
not
encouragement of knowing that you're not alone. So that when you're going to be the best that you want to be, the encouragement that you trust within yourself that you're going to be the best, whatever you're going to do is going to give you fruit because you're believing in self.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, man. No, it's the way you presented
This
it.
guy said on the couch, I got a plan. Man, this is what I want. I don't want to be in Zim anymore.
So
I want to take care of my family.
I was then saying that the issue in this particular case, the issue here is that she did not understand, or he did not communicate it, or he did not articulate it in a way for her to understand that's what is processing.
Thank you.
And then
And
she
that's always
then
the problem.
emotionally says, I'm looking after this bum.
Yes.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Always
you're
the
here.
problem?
Yes, communication.
Sorry.
Communication is always the problem.
Forgot this is why we're here for like an hour and a half.
Because you always don't agree. But that's it. For me,
I
it's
always don't agree.
It's communication. It's always the problem.
Go for it, and go for it.
You know what? This guy did not have a plan.
But you know what, and what will happen?
But in
what
his
would you-
viewpoint, in your viewpoint,
Yes. You don't leave in 2 months, 3, 4. You make a plan.
He didn't make a plan.
you know, in technical drawing, whenever you're drawing something, and then you needed to show the edge of the piece you're drawing, you draw it in dashes. We call it a hidden detail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's got some hidden detail
About that. Okay, so unemployed from 1 year in a year. In a year, next moment he's moved to another country. You got to apply and get a good responses. How long does that usually take? A month?
I think this was like a connection kind of.
Exactly.
Getting
Did the
employed.
connection know, or he reached out to that connection?
Yeah, he did. But at that point, when he stated that
You
he
notice how
didn't want,
vibes came
he
out quickly?
never had a plan.
Yes, I agree. There's a moment in time when you actually don't have one and you're scrambling around to try and do something. In your case, you and your hubby had a plan. You know what got him out of bed? You sat there and said, so then what are we going to do? Do that. I'm not about YouTube. I've got a yard, I've got to be able to plant stuff, and I can grow stuff. Yeah, because he's probably done everything else that he could outside there. And say, I can't be selling that because everybody's doing that. I don't have enough money to start that sort of project. What do I have now? Like you said, like Moses. What do I have right now? But you. And he sat down and he said, I've got kids and a wife. And my wife, you know, I mean, she likes nice shoes and she likes to drive the Mercedes. It's a gold one. How do I do that? How do I do that?
What type of Merc was it?
It was
E-class?
a C200.
Hey.
Gold.
Gold.
Living my life like a... Oh.
Champagne. There we go.
I
Need
love my
video.
baby. But
Yeah.
anyway,
A C200.
but the beauty of it is, even now, I don't buy onions and tomatoes.
Exactly.
Because now it's something that's there.
He does it all the time. Weekend, that's him. And he's working.
Yeah. But
doing
he does that
what
as well.
he does exactly, and doing that. So,
So-
now we know that we've got Plan B. We can be Mr. Tweedy and Mrs. Tweedy. Did you watch Chicken? Actually, that's what I call him.
Okay.
Oh,
I just want to ask a question because I think a lot of people miss this. And I think that's the generation that we have a problem with. A lot of them now, it's flight. Whenever a problem comes up, it's flight.
Yeah, video. I tell you. Anyway, so you were saying, Chris,
It's
because
flight.
you got lost there.
Yeah,
it's about
totally.
flight,
Yeah.
not fight.
And that's the problem is that, well, they're more akin. And I want to ask this because I think we kind of transverse these two generations where old school would have said, and they hate this, huh? Feminists, and I want to say this out there, feminists nowadays and the ones who are woke will say this. Gar sabe papo shanak. In other words, work your marriage until it works the way it's supposed to. Then others will be like, flight. Let's run. Let's run as quickly as possible. You chose to fix it and say that we've got a problem here. We're going to be hungry.
work together.
Yeah. What do we do? my challenge is that the ones that you're talking about now, this generation that's always got these problems with other individuals, is for them it's easier to do flight. Everybody's got a passport and they're easy just to run. It's easier for them to run away from that sort of situation. And for me, maybe because I'm of a different generation, I get fed up with that sort of situation because it's very much, it's a microwave generation and it's an easier way out for everything. Live your best life.
Sorry, I forgot Anne was here. I was just about to
No, it's fine.
Okay.
No, go for it.
Done.
No, I'm saying Anne, go for it.
Okay.
No, I was listening to you. You looked like you were thinking about
He just there's this because Anne has just come from church. Yeah? So
No,
there's
it's
a
okay.
spirit of entitlement that has gripped the majority of folks now. Working hard for something, working hard at something, working hard because of something is not something that many people want to identify with, because when you're going to work towards or work for or work with, it means you then need to look at yourself in the mirror and see what you can present. And sometimes because of your own lack of esteem, or we spoke about this last week, when you've had your own dramas, your own headaches, heartaches, crushing moments, you carry that baggage. Season 1, and because you carry that baggage, when it's time to work towards, you're carrying so much stuff. Your hands are too heavy to do anything else, and so looking at things beyond a week, beyond a day, beyond a year, you can't.
No, they can't.
You're focused on the now, and so what happens is you're prostituting yourself to anything and everything that's going to give you a momentary high. I would like to assume, Chris, you can correct me, I would like to assume that the situation you had with your husband was one of transparency in relation to what the needs were. And in being transparent there, you are open enough to be vulnerable to each other in order to build a situation where you work towards. And every time you work towards or work for or work with, you're giving yourself something that has got nothing to do with finality. It's got everything to do with a perpetual motion to get somewhere. The trip to Cape Town, you always want to keep moving. Nike, and you always want to be the best you can be. Mercedes, you know what I mean? So that you get to a place where there's always a pursuit of perfection. Lexus, because you always want to be with each other, so that you're always surprising each other every day. Kia, you know what I mean? It's because life is a journey, Nissan. So you've just gotta keep moving. Sorry, I just threw everything there. But the fed up part that I'm coming from is that desire to not fight. Why give up? Because I had this experience. I don't give a rat's hiney. You know what I mean? I don't. It's not what happened then and what's happening now. Two different things. Faith. Take that leap of trusting who you are now and what you want to achieve. But most people don't want to trust to get there. They want to trust in what they know. Okay. And what they know is, I'm not going there. No,
I'll stay here.
Let's keep it here. Let's cross the road. No, because I need to look left and right. I can't. The last time I almost got hit by a truck. Yeah, but the grass is greener there. Let's go. I'm not going by myself. No, it can't. 1 divided by 2 when you're in grade 1. It can't, maybe. It can't. But that's where I was coming from. So, that far away look is... You see, he pushes my buttons. That's why I end up going like an hour 30. So...
I'm gonna ask a couple questions.
Sorry, and you want to say something?
No.
I'm gonna ask a couple of questions because I think it's you're our first guest and you're a woman, so you represent a certain demographic that we
She
wanted
hasn't
to.
said much there. Okay, I'm keeping quiet now.
So we want to extrapolate a couple of things that we probably threw out. I think he's tried to probably touch that upon this. Do you believe in the concept of the one? That you've found your one and you only find one person that you're going to be with, and if it doesn't work out, then that wasn't the one, or like somebody says, there's nothing like that.
Yeah, I do believe in the one.
That you found the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
let's say the one goes, the next thing you're gonna get will be not as close, not the same as the one. You'll be settling for whatever is there.
Why do people settle?
Because of fear, I guess.
Fear of being alone?
Yeah.
So that's why people settle.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're not living life to the full, you're just living half a life.
That's it. It's better than nothing.
Wow.
So people are afraid of the nothing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Why are you asking about the one?
There's a lot of statements that, romantically when somebody says you've got the one, whatever problem comes, this is a Disney thing, which he loves to do. A Disney thing is that whenever any problem comes, you're able to fix it because you're one. You're not diverging as two people. And it goes back to the question you asked, that there was this lady who was now working and she's high up there, taking care of everything. She started questioning the validity of her husband purely because he wasn't now providing. So if you're the one and you're working as one, there should be no question.
Wait.
If one falls, right?
No. It's different.
Okay.
When it's how you say it, how
Okay.
you bring it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's different when it's not his fault. Things are not working out. Well, whatever. No excuses, as Vusa said. You have to make an effort to do something. It's different in a situation. In this case, he plainly said it. I don't want to work. And it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not his fault. He's trying. He's making an effort to try and look for a job. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
It's different. That's like declaring war. You know what? That's a challenge actually. But
Yeah. Okay. There's a hand gesture that she's doing. It speaks more volumes than what she's saying.
A whole body language over the past 10 seconds has been
Yo. Okay,
no, but seriously, it's different.
Yeah, and I think this is why this discourse is important. Can
I ask a question?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to rant. During that time, in that period where she felt and saw and witnessed that she was a sole provider, was he playing his part in? Did they have children at the time?
Yeah, that too.
Looking after the children,
Mm-hmm.
cleaning the house,
Was
doing the
he
laundry.
No, he wasn't. There was a maid.
That she was
for
paying.
everything. Yeah.
Okay, so he.
All he did was just watch TV, sit, use the money that you'd have given him to get into town, look for jobs for.
Don't you, it's a podcast with no video. What
Yeah.
do you
Drink.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So if I say that he was depressed, what would you say?
I agree with you.
Okay. So when somebody's depressed, what do we do?
They
What
need
should we
help,
do? Yeah.
but the angle at which they come to get help will determine how I'm going to help you. As
Okay.
your
But can we
partner.
not say that how he was communicating his depression was not received or understood by his significant other? Because
for better
we all
or for worse.
we all emit something when we're depressed or when we are under emotional mental strife within ourselves. We all emit something. The unfortunate thing is the person whom we assume should understand what we're emitting has no clue what we're emitting.
Yeah, but whose fault is that?
No, I'm just saying.
So am
Because
I.
I can't answer that because
Yeah,
I'm going to
because-
go for another 15 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm just saying. And we need Anne to really think that we're normal. So
Right there. It's okay.
But I'm for me, that's it goes back to what you just said, that if someone is your one and you're married to them, it's got responsibilities. When you're married to someone, you got responsibilities, and one of them is just to looking out for your other partner. And if they're going through something, you're the most, and you got to be able to decipher that. If you're not the one who can decipher it, you should be able to be the one who instigates someone else to be able to get that going. I'm not on this guy's side, but I want to understand why a man would do certain things. And because I've been in those situations where everything I tried just refused totally. And the problem is the question is the same, and they expect a different answer every single day. And yet you can't give a different answer. So you get stuck in this cycle where, depression is not defined the way it's supposed to be, a lot of it. And a lot of people don't see the symptoms of that sort of depression. Some start drinking overly, some behavior changes totally, some disappear within themselves. And a lot of people don't see that, especially amongst black men, because we've been taught, suck it up, get up. My own father was from that generation, black and white. I had a moment where I was a very weak man in his eyes. And he said, point blank, I didn't raise you like that.
Wow.
That's what he said. And it took me a while to get around to it and say, okay, so that's it. Whatever it is, get up.
No pity parties.
Go. No pity parties and go. So this young man who was on the bed or couch, wherever it is, in his viewpoint, he got to a point that I can't communicate with this person to tell them that, you know what, it's a blow for me not to get a job. I know I'm supposed to take care of you. It's what I grew up knowing. Now that I can't, the inverse happens. They lash out. I think you've seen people on drugs and everything else. When you try to rehabilitate them, they lash out and they come back in a different sort of state. So what do you want me to do?
As you get older, and that's when you start learning how things were supposed to be. We can't be comparing our fathers, our mothers, how they used to do things. For example, so my mom never worked, even though she went to school, did courses and all that. My dad used to provide everything, all of that. I got it. Mom just used to cook. So for me, that's the role of a husband.
I know, it's imprinted on you,
right?
Yeah.
But now come these times in Zim where things are not that easy,
and a man cannot make money sometimes.
He can't.
But a woman selling perfumes could.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So me personally, in a situation like that, now I know better that is that how you say it in Shona? Like, you can't be exposed. You guys have to be
producers like, wow.
One. You have to be one. If the other is lacking in a different area, you need to step up and cover that gap for things to move for the two of you and encourage each other. If it means I have to work and get him up on his feet, start the business together, it's ours. Doesn't matter if it's my money, it's our money.
I love the way you say that.
Lead.
Let who?
Let him lead. Once it's up on its feet, he should be in front.
That's it. That's an amazing amount of humility.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
I
humility.
love the way you've presented it.
But you know that, right?
I love the way you've this is the kind of stuff you know in church, when you have the pastor's wife and she's addressing him, and this is exactly that's
Hallelujah.
and people say amen. It is fantastic. No, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being for 100%. Real. No, I'm being for real. It is proper. It's the way it should be done. Unfortunately, it's not the way it is being done. You do the most. You define yourself as I don't mind me. I'm looking after you guys. And you do whatever you can. You bend over backwards 1,000 times. And when you think you have accomplished something, you hear from the grapevine how you are being defined by the people with which you are doing things for. And
betrayal.
In that, you get to a situation where you then ask yourself, so why the hell am I doing this? Really? Because rightfully so, the two shall become one. When one of you is not in a place to be strong, you pick up the slack and you go for it, and you keep pushing until you get to a point where somebody just says, but you know, this is what I said. and then you're like, but really? Do you know what I went through? Do you understand what I'm going through? No, come on. And then if it's not just that one, next, someone else says, but remember, but this is what we heard. When? And then you're like, hey, it's cool. So what happens there? You now feel insulted because you gave your best to a situation that did not regard you in the way that you're giving out. And these are things that happen later, because everything that's done in darkness is revealed in the light, regardless of what you do. Regardless. It's not waiting until Christ comes back for the second time. Every day there's always an expose of the stuff that was done. And the stuff that you do today shall come out. May not be tomorrow, may not be next month, but it will come out. And when it does come out, that fruit that is there, that is going to be released then, is going to be bitter to taste. And when you taste it, you're like, come on, really? And then the ships start arriving. That's season 1, but I won't go there. But it's got to deal with, what was he doing? Do we know whether he heard the fellow who was just saying, no, Maria? Do we know what he heard? Do we know what was said? Do we know whether he received it? And did he receive it in the way that it was released? Because as women, your vocabulary, when it comes to degrading an individual's ability to sustain you, is yours. That is why
that God gave you. I don't know
the dictionary is so thick.
Guys,
give you power.
Do you know what? I agree with you. There are women like that one would say, ango yakumba apana chakabata ndamudza kuti ngabvise makumbo ake pasofa adye sese munhu ari kuziva kuti hapana chaatenga.
And they've got those mouths, eh? So,
but it's not right.
I agree with you. That is why I applauded the deal that you had with your husband, where you are now farmers, the IT and the marketer, and you made it.
Default.
Got rid of. Do you still have the gold one is gone?
No, the gold is gone.
It's gone. You got the black one.
Yes.
You know, you still stayed in the best or nothing. You know.
But people wouldn't even understand that you're going through that. Even if you were to ask someone for money, they'll think, hey, well, she's fine.
You see, that's the other thing about life. I think everybody's got a piece of advice that they want to give, but none of them has actually gone through what you're going through. They don't understand that.
So their point of definition, the point of reference is in relation to what they've been through.
Yes, exactly.
So with this fella who was out for a year, you know, we don't know what was said.
Yeah, we only heard one side.
Yeah, and for all we know, and which is something that I've come across quite a lot of gents out there, COVID, economic situation in this country, all the stuff, have felt as though they are failing because when they get home, they are reminded that they are failing.
Yes.
And they're always, we need this, we need that, we need this.
No.
We need that.
That's not even the worst.
We need this.
They show you videos of these Range Rovers coming out of these boxes of balloons with Kelvin the planner. Okay, but have you seen what I've brought in today? No, it's not enough.
So you end up thinking, you know what, it's okay. It's okay.
So this Kakurama business is just not us. You guys do it.
And how we do it is, so what I'm doing for you is not good enough.
Yes.
It's okay.
And we just sit back and do it.
We sit back. It's not we don't do anything. We'll keep our level of what we are bringing. And then we'll find solace elsewhere.
Men look for appreciation.
We'll find solace elsewhere. And elsewhere. There are myriad of places. Club, pub, bar.
Women. That's what she wants to talk about.
We find solace anyway. Why? Because like what he said. What did you say just now? Powerful statement. What did you say? Say it again. Say it again.
I didn't. What did I say?
Dr. Chris, say it again.
No, what did I say?
We're looking for appreciation and acknowledgement. Understand?
That's why women are the primary caregivers.
Just acknowledgement. To acknowledge something.
If you say, Chris, you look great, I'll feel better than him when he says it to me. Purely for the fact that she's a woman and she's appreciated the way I put myself together. For him, it's like, boys sort of scenario. So some slip into depression, which is a big thing now in Zimbabwe. There are more suicides. There are more deaths that we never figured out totally in different sort of like genres. From some we don't even talk about. I was COVID, but people have just been killing themselves purely because they can't find that source of appreciation where they're looking for.
And some of these things we were not taught by our parents, guys.
Some things are not taught by parents, but in the same token.
As you do unto others as you'd want them to do unto you.
Next time we should have a recording on a Saturday. Now this come up. But yeah.
But you know what? As you guys age together, you realize that, okay, doing things like this for him, my benefits are okay, now he's doing this.
Getting to know your partner.
Exactly. And why am I even fighting for Gali? Just do. So he'll do it.
But here's the deal.
Sorry. Go.
You are coming from a place of you've experienced it and you've seen it.
Yeah.
And you have humbled yourself to a point where you tried it out. You're like, it works. Then there's some that just want to control. That do not want to try it out, even though they've been told. And those ones are the majority.
Can I be honest?
Yes, ma'am.
I used to be like that at some point.
Oh, thank you.
But look where you are now.
And then what happened? No, then what happened?
Results were not good.
I love that. Results are not good. You should have, the video would have shown her just shaking it.
So yeah. You see, a way of doing things, just like a child, you compliment them, you tell them, good job, you've done this, you're doing this. It should start with him, with us at home, the two of us, before we even get, encouragement from other people outside.
But then,
yes, ikako karipo I won't lie to you.
And it's one of those demonic forces that we welcome.
Yeah,
with open arms.
Yes.
And what happens is it settles. Not
careful, yeah.
And it settles. And what happens is it's a tiny thing that happens. You mentioned, well, not this afternoon, but you mentioned saying you complimented somebody at work. Mm-hmm. And they were like, taken aback. Because where he assumed it should come from on a regular basis, it doesn't come from there. And that's already, because it's a Sunday, the spirit of entitlement with you're still going to come back home anyway. So whether I say it or not, screw you. I'm sorry. And of course, you see, this is the topic that pushes my buttons, because when you then get it elsewhere, you're like,
Ish.
And so what you do is when you get home now, you're like, okay, so what was I wearing yesterday? Okay, so I need to keep the tempo. Mm-hmm. Okay, how was I smelling? Okay, all right.
And then we start noticing that this person is changing now.
So what happens is I'm seen to be the demon because I'm paying attention to my deportment and making sure that I've got my... And this clown decides to air it on our podcast. And he says, you know what? This boy has got his kit in the car. And I'm like, but bruh, what the fudge?
What did I air? I didn't air that.
You did.
Okay, so
let it go. So
there are two mechanics I know that are smart. You're one of them. There's another one called Titch. You would not suspect that he gets greased and everything else.
I got all my kit.
Yeah.
Wow. Got my hand cleaner. Once I've done, I got my lotion.
Never. You never see dirty oil stains, anything else. Never. He's super clean. There are only two.
I get my urgent.
Nice.
And when I change and I get all smelly, I take that off, put on the stuff that's really smelling.
But you know what that is, right?
I'm done.
It's self-respect.
Because there was a time when somebody was like, yo, okay. And then you're like, okay, that made a difference. And so I'm inspired to make sure that I'm always looking good. But it's not coming from a place of residence. And it's happening to a lot of folk. Okay, not that I'm exposing anything. I'm just it's not coming from a place of residence. It's coming from a place of visitation, if I can use that word.
So what should be done about this? Should we be educating people on how to...
You know what the sad thing is? And you know the sad thing that really annoys me is the stuff that you said just now. When you were busy arty-farty going on about how the two of you started doing stuff together, and there have been a lot of what you call these things, women's conferences and ladies meetings, men's conferences, men's meetings, where
It's more
the stuff is more. Thank you. She said it, and where they are told, I don't know where they are told because I'm not privy to those meetings. Where they are told, do ABCD, and it's all written in the notes. And then you buy so many scrapbooks where notes are being written, and then when it's time to do.
Yes, and
Please, can I say something? Okay. I'm a woman of faith. Guys, I believe in God and His Word. The Holy Spirit
As if you're paying
apologize.
As if you're paying attention.
Yes.
Some have got so much pride,
Exactly.
they tell the Holy Spirit to keep quiet.
Yes. Or that voice ends up just not there. You can't hear it anymore.
So
God.
so then that then creates, like what he was saying, I was talking about dealing with prostitution. Prostitution is not the issue. It's not the women that are in the avenues that are the problem. The issue is the guy that's going to stop. We're complaining about Mshika Shika. Mshika Shika is not the Honda Fit or the Toyota Fan Cargo. It's the people that need to get somewhere. So there's a demand. You understand? So if there's a demand, there's got to be a supply. And so it's always going to be a loop. How could they do? Why are they doing that? Yeah, but what are you doing? What the fudge? You know, where the hell am I then supposed to find a place of contentment? How am I supposed to get into town? There are no buses. You know, then this guy rocks up in a Honda Fit. I gotta go. And then you get in. And that's what everybody's doing. So the issue is not the fact that there's a Honda Fit. The Honda Fit, yeah, there are a lot of them now, and the accidents are all over the place. But he's providing a service. You want to get rid of him? Provide the service. You catch my drift?
I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, that's why there's so many car repair places now, because somebody got a raw deal. And then someone says, I can do better. And then you move. You know, that's why so many hair salons. So many phone outlets.
how many sons do you have?
Sons.
Two.
Okay.
Why?
I'm asking you, are you a
No, but she mentioned at the beginning.
Did
Do
you
you
give birth?
listen?
Did you give birth?
Do you listen?
There's a reason why we're doing
God.
18-year-old twins, and then there's a
this. It's
young
a
one.
45 minutes so far. So the audience needs to be reminded of certain things.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, you talk like
I
you're
did it
talking to
again.
us. Thank you very much. So it's true.
Sorry, Ed.
The eldest is?
It's
18. Were you
18.
paying attention? The youngest is 10, and she wasn't too sure. They said 9.
There's a reason I'm building up to this.
Yeah.
There's a reason I'm building up to this.
Okay.
So your son is at a point where he's going to be a man. Have you had that talk with him about what it means to be a man? Zimbabwe in context.
Yeah.
I say that because you
have.
mentioned that we're not taught by our parents how
Yes.
to do certain things.
I leave that to my husband.
Okay.
So we discuss,
Okay.
and then he has his time with his son to teach.
Okay. So you know that men have also learned how to be, because the first woman that they know is their mom.
Yeah.
So what have you taught him? What have you said to him that is important for him to treat a woman?
First of all, it's not even supposed to be dating. For now, he's 18. How many
Does he have a
girls is he
phone?
gonna?
Just
Does
let
he have a phone?
everybody knows I'm
Yes.
quiet.
He's dating.
Yeah, I know he is.
Yes. He's got a phone, he's dating.
I mean, listen, my dad used to say to us, you must introduce your boyfriend. The first thing I thought about was, I'm not even sure when I'm going to get married. Who's going to marry me? How many people am I going to introduce to my father? It's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll tell you. No, I
Okay.
didn't. But right now, he's allowed to have friends.
Female.
Yeah.
Hey, that
Just-
year didn't come out with any confidence.
No.
He does, and I know. And I find out from the father.
He tells the dad.
Yeah,
Oh, it's cool. That's all right if he tells the dad.
he
Everything.
does. He does. And even behind my back, they can go and can drop him off or whatever. It's still too early.
Why? Do you know what I did? I freaked my kids out. When my son was in grade 5, my daughter was in grade 3, they come out and, oh, Dad, you know, the teachers were talking to us about sex. And I said, what was sex? About, I'm freaking out that the grade 5, and they talk about sex. What were they talking about? What is
Grade
sex?
5 was grade 1.
What is sex? And what is sex? And then some arty-farty thing. And I said, let me tell you what sex is. The kids were quiet all the way home. Got out of the car. I could tell they were just in a daze, traumatized. And the following day, I don't know. I think about 6 months later, I don't know what we're talking about. And sex came about. I said, "You want me to talk to you about it again?" "No, Dad, we're fine."
How old are they now?
He's 17. She's 16. He's turning 18.
Are they dating?
To the best of my knowledge, no. But
See?
I do know. No, to the best of my knowledge of them actually going out and hanging out, no, they aren't. But to the best of my knowledge in them having comms and what it is, that I'm fully aware of.
Big time.
Big time. And I actually say, okay. And I said, I said it to actually both of them. I spoke to them on different occasions. I said to my son, he wasn't, he is dating. I forgot. They went to some gig.
You don't know? Now you know.
No, I remember. He went to some gig.
You're not sure?
I forgot about it.
You told me this story.
Yeah, he went to some gig.
Yes. He was going to go with a girl.
Yeah, and then he went. And I said, "Bruh, when you go there, just for now, relax. Keep your hug above the bum. You know? Don't.
It's important.
No,
it's important.
I went all out. I said, but if you get horny, you understand? Don't be silly. Okay, don't. Just keep it above. If you decide to lower your hand, don't grab.
In trouble.
Don't. Just,
Gentle.
be firm. Don't grab. That boy just, if he was Caucasian, he'd have gone red. Because, "Dad, come on." I said, "Look, guy, I've been your age. I wasn't born your parent." I've been there. I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Make sure you wear baggy slacks. Because...
Yeah, nature takes over.
Next, I said, "No, I'm being for real, my guy.
No one else would tell you this."
Yeah.
I said, and when you're hugging her, don't stroke her back because you're gonna go punk. You're just gonna. And I said, "Look, I've been there, done that." And I keep reminding him, I wasn't born your father. I was a boy, and I had blood. Still have it. I have blood. It's gonna happen. So just keep yourself in check, and don't forget. What you do to her, some cat is going to do to your sister. So it's like, okay. 2 days later, saw the sister. She was on the phone. I said, "Yo," and then, "Hello, nothing. What if there's a guy I like? But there's a guy that I like. I said, "Okay. So do you like this guy?" Me and my kids. We on. I said, "Oh, you like this guy?"
If you hide, someone else is going to teach them.
Yeah, I said, "Do you like this guy?" She goes, "I like him." And what about the other guy? "I like him." I said, "Okay, fine. Get rid of the guy that you like and focus on the guy that you like, because somewhere along the line, as guys, we'll find out that there's another fellow, and then you're gonna look like a hoe. Back it up." And she's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, that's how guys think. Even if nothing is happening, but that's how we think. So you deal with that."
So our dynamic before, our family unit used to have, and I tell it to everybody else, they would speak to the daughters and everything else. And then whatever. They would always bring that together and say, "We can talk about these sort of things." We don't have that anymore.
Because there's been brain drain and people just leaving.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it's a challenge. Because now you are going through life and you're trying to figure that out. The lady who had a problem with her dude who wasn't working, if she had the schooling, she would never have known about that.
Never.
You'd never have known about it. It would have been a situation where...
It would be in hindsight.
I'll tell you one example I saw. There's a guy who had his small company. And his small company was running. His wife was a big CA in another company, and she had a Prado. Each time she would rock up at the office, because the guy didn't have a car at his office, she would rock up at the office, and she would hop out and go around to the passenger seat and sit and wait for him. What that did for him is that it reminded him that you're still my man, and you got your place, even though I'm earning thousands of dollars much more. And those sort of things that you learn them from there. Where your friend comes and tells you, don't like, and then like this guy. Do this. Concentrate on that one person, because that one person will give you all if you're giving them your all. And the challenge we have is that we don't speak to our kids like that. We take it. You know who's raising our kids now? TV, internet, YouTube,
Netflix, TikTok.
Those are the things that are there. That's why you find all these problems where somebody comes and says, "High school shout and everything else." How do you know? Have you spoken to him? Do you even know how to talk to your husband to get what he's going through out? Why is everybody going to suicide? Because they can't talk to someone. And no one's been taught how to talk to someone. His kids will always come to him. They'll come to you when they're 40. "Oh, Dad, that woman has done A, B, C, and D," because he can talk to you. Instead of, it's like,
but you know what? The scary thing is like what you're saying, Kuti, they don't know how to talk to their husbands or whatever. I'll tell you another situation where someone is married to a man of God.
Yeah, like she put quotations around that, okay?
Yeah. And this person is always complaining, no, I hate anything, it doesn't do anything. But you knew he was a man of God before you were married to this person.
When you're saying I hate anything, what does she mean?
Senze.
Okay.
But to me, I know Senza because he's a
man of God.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what he focuses on.
It's a craft.
Isn't it?
Yes.
So why are you complaining now? You knew he wasn't working.
You know why? She's comparing.
There we go.
Women
with her peers.
A lot. Women compare too much. 90% of the problems that come into the house is where somebody is going to take.
Do you see the penny dropping?
Exactly. I know. It's because you compare. Women, when a woman comes to you and says, let's leave the country. First question is that you've never thought about this before. Why now?
Why now?
Because Jane left with her husband and they're living a good life or what?
Stay in your lane.
That is a word, an expression, a sentence that not many people accept to stay in their lane. Now here's...
Say it.
No, it's okay.
Here's the deal. What I tell you? I told you he's going to say, here's the deal.
Please, go on.
Here's the deal. Because people are afraid to put in the work, they do not want to understand the lane that they're in. Not knowing and not realizing that if they stay in their lane and they focus in their lane, the moment you begin to do the best in that lane, nature,
it opens up.
It opens up.
Exactly.
It just makes things work. And you'll be shocked and amazed. There are times, and it's not just about staying in your lane. It's about doing the best that you can be in any specific arena. In any specific arena, being the postman, certain things, season 1, certain things that you want to see get fulfilled, they just happen. They just happen. I made an arrangement. I needed to go out of town. Some guy's car needed to be sorted out, and he was going to give me his car to use to go out of town. The schlep there was, I had to make sure that this car was fine. It was fueled up. He was going to give me the money later, but I needed it there and then. I had a client that owed me money. That was going to be enough for that. Don't panic. Arranged everything else. I was leaving on a Tuesday morning. I got the money Monday afternoon. No panic, no nothing. It just happened.
You weren't tempted to?
No. Because sometimes, actually not sometimes, all the time, when there is a plan or when there is a program that needs to be fulfilled, because you know what you want to do, you make sure that everything around you attends to that. And so when you do the best in order to give the best so that you can be the best, things will just fall in line. And so those that don't want to stay in their lane,
you miss opportunities.
You miss it. So for this EGIE whose spouse, husband is a man of the cloth, comparison has forgotten their lane. Full stop. And once you forget, then you've erased the definition of your marital status. And because today is a Sunday and you just come from church, each and every situation is preceded by a word of God. Each and every situation. If you're going to go into a sale tomorrow, you're going to go into a big boardroom meeting, you're going to go and do whatever, it's preceded by the word of God. Now when you then erase the definition of who you are for that situation or where you're coming from, once you erase it, that which you're going to the word of God that's there cannot identify, you cannot identify with it because you've erased the definition elsewhere. And it's true of whatever you want to accomplish. There's always something that precedes it. And whatever you throw out that's preceding, if you then fail to understand your definition of self and where you are in your current position and your current situation, you're going to lose it. And then you're going to complain. And then comparing becomes very easy.
And then imagine you giving advice to other young couples with that mindset.
Exactly.
That's
exactly. And now that tells you why we are where we are in Zimbabwe. Why things are not where they're supposed to be.
Why we are fed up.
Yes. Trust God with your issues. You can't be telling everybody. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
No, you've said it. No, you said it and you said it. It's cool. You can't be, you've got to trust. But then sometimes this fella, we've been talking about a lot of fellas, trust issues, transparency issues, definition issues. Those are the ones. So your story with the gold Mercedes and the tomatoes, she was a boot salesman.
Yes. She still does, huh?
Yeah, but it's now the side hustle.
Yeah, she sells my hair brandings, hair clips. Yeah, she just opens a boot and says, "Oh, I've got this and I've got that. I've got this. I've got that."
That's what's in the black one outside.
Yeah, just go and see. If you ask her right now to open that boot, you're gonna find.
No, there's nothing in there today. But guys, listen, my story actually inspired a lot of women on the Vault. Jackie.
Really?
I won. She posted something. She was talking about how, what did you do when you were down in life, when you had nothing, and how you survived. That was my story. It's the truth. And I got a prize.
Oh, nice.
Makeup for a whole year.
Baba, when is the day winner? Jata winner for me.
I'll be looking good for you.
And that's, and he's,
this is where twins come from.
I tell you. But not many people wouldn't take the journey now, to run. When I started, before the Beast came out, before all this, I would be a cabin because I worked for an entity, went to another entity, left because my side hustle gave me more money than my salary. My choreography gave me, in 1 week I made more money than my.
Yeah, he was very good. He was very, very good. And then he got old.
And then,
but you see, this is going back to marriage, guys. Sorry, I need to go back. So, young women.
Today's podcast, the title is Going Back to Marriage.
Yeah, young women need to be taught that the things that they're seeing, these boys that don't have it, and then someone who's been, like someone will admire my husband where he is now. You don't know where him and I have been.
Yes.
What we've been through.
Yes.
Together.
Yes.
To get to that stage. They need discernment to know the one when he comes, even if he's packaged in Mamvemve or whatever, to know where God is taking, because God puts two people together for a reason. You complement each other. That's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So you miss your the one because you're busy looking at the outward whatever. Go and like the land that I had. Lonio idaoka iona ongoska mufungo tukushabuda matomato akana. Inoda kusakuru. Biswa maweeds. Inoda
fertilize, manure, all that.
And then it becomes fruitful. Then you get the fruit, and then you can enjoy that fruit. Same way that you're gonna nurture your husband, your to-be, your wife to-be. You have to bring it out of them. But if you don't see that, someone else will do it for you, who has that wisdom to treat the man right. That's what I think. So stand with your person and start from number one. With your 1 domas, make 10 tomato, mangwana mani 15. Izoda muna nezinja yodara. Awuzukuzotha kava kuphi nazo. Angainani futhi. Ikoko. Akatonechwa ne someone. No, seriously.
All right, now that you're on that, okay, I'm with you. 150%. Drive it like you stole it. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. Look at the finger. What? You wanted to say something?
Go on.
I'm 100% with you there. Understand, know your person, then avoid looking for the guy who's really made it or has his stuff together. Sometimes it's not an issue of avoid looking for. It's also a statement of avoid being called by, because the one who is now there and everything is there, while you were doing the tomatoes and veggies thing together, everything was fantastic. But there's also the thin line of instead of forming a life to get to a convergence, sometimes you end up moving on a parallel mindset, and so you just rail on a railway track where you're just there. You're not going to meet at any moment in time because something happened. Just there. In a situation like that, what would you say to them? Because those are some of the things that are happening now as well, where you are no longer significant enough for me to pay attention, that I need to be coming closer to you, and vice versa.
You don't appreciate where you are, is what you're saying.
There we go. Even though you've built this thing together and everything is fire, there's a trip in the system. There's a glitch in the system, in the matrix.
Yeah.
And it happens.
Yeah.
So what the encouragement that you may need to start thinking about, there's something that Troy Cartwright,
your guy, your country singer.
No, that was him. What was his name? I forgot his name. There's a new guy.
He listens to a lot of country music.
Not a lot.
You don't strike me as a country.
What does he strike you as? Sorry.
Should I?
Is him Danzo?
Really?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm more into the whole Niger scene. But Troy Cartwright has got this thing, the song That's Why. Does the sun need a reason to shine? Does tequila really need to go live? We don't know, but
I don't know.
It just happens.
Troy
Cartwright.
Anyway.
But the song is one of those. Water makes things wet. It's just the way it is. And me being with you, it's just the way it is. We function like that. Nobody is into that system. I know he's going to say it's a whole Disney setup, but there's a situation where, that's how he is. There's a situation where you need to get to a point where you always have to feed off each other. But once you get to a situation where somebody's like not wanting to feed off you and you're not feeding off them.
How do you get to that place of not wanting to?
Kujairirana.
Pane munhu asiroda kungozvidzikamisa kuti
kujairira umwe wake.
Aiwa, guys. Yeah, it's true. Kujairira hedu, but
now speak, and guys, there's silence in the studio waiting for Anne. You should see Chris right now. We need a video.
Whether I should be honest or not.
You have to be. This is not Hollywood, eh? This is a podcast.
But then once I do that, then
You've what? Be honest, and that's why you are here. You need to shed light. You need to be that, because it's just a Chris and Vusa show. We need
stop laughing.
No, we're not laughing. We're just exhaling with exuberance.
He's laughing.
No, he's exhaling with exuberance. He's looking at the producer because the producer is smiling and just waiting for your response.
These are things I discuss with my advisor. I'm not telling you which advisor it is, but
we didn't ask. We just want to hear what you're saying.
Okay. I'm curious. I want to learn. Because I think there is that problem. And you like I said, we're on a journey, and then all of a sudden someone is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it's hard to get them back where they're supposed to be. Or they come to a point where they don't appreciate you totally. What happens?
That's scary, man.
Very. And it's happening a lot.
Isn't that a pride thing?
So who's got the most pride here? The person who's... We started together. We knew what we were doing.
Exactly.
Then somebody drops the ball.
Who dropped? I think a dropper needs to
step up.
Yeah.
But I think hadi. Kweli asacha
So,
hadi.
just shandike naye.
I think that's where he's getting to.
Be honest.
I've never been in that place.
Okay. Yeah.
No, not asking because you've been there, but
No,
asking
I mean,
you.
like, I'm trying to think. I'll bring it back to you guys. What would you do? Don't remember.
Get on a ship.
Aish.
So during COVID, in 1 month,
Aish.
there were
That was
17,000 domestic violence sort of situations.
because you were there 24/7
That's
with
what
your
I'm
person
saying.
car.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Because work is a distraction.
I know,
That's what I'm
right?
saying. So if it's a distraction, yeah, so you can't be with this person. 17,000 in 30 days.
But they started a tomato business.
That's what I'm trying to get to that sort of situation.
You know,
that,
they were in each other's space.
And
Yes.
wait, can I tell you? I used to work with him. We met at work, so I can work with him.
Oh.
yeah, but you're right in what you say with that ego part. Is that someone just gets to a
So
situation
and if you know when I
Okay.
maybe he does.
Okay. Well, leave it right there. But yeah, no, keep going. We spoke about train tracks, and then because the issue is not the person on 4th Street or 3rd Street. That's not the issue. They're providing a service. He that is seeking the service to be provided, what brought him there? And you said, you don't want to tell. You don't. What did she say? She said, I don't want to say the truth, or I don't want to say something, and then
the stuff she talks about with her advisor.
or the advisor. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't have to name the advisor, but you just
Not even a name it. I think for me, I'm just looking for a viewpoint on
Yeah,
it.
that's what we're looking for.
A lot of
Because
the stuff we have is a men's perspective. You know what? I'm struggling about A, B, C, and D. What I need is a support, and then that support's supposed to come in some sort of shape and form.
But it's not.
And it's not there. And all of a sudden, I'm accused of not being there. And not being there doesn't mean that you're going to get a ship, whatever it might be, but you're just not there.
just
anymore,
not there.
present anymore. And it's driven by the simple fact that we're supposed to work together, but we're not working
it
together.
not being there, isn't there that issue that we're discussing about comparing and whatnot? Why are you saying it's not there? What if it's there and you're not understanding that they are helping you, but you just don't see it as the help that you need?
So if it's not the help that I need, what do I do?
Look, this is why we asked you to come here today. So don't just throw your hands in the air and
I think to me that's a great expression. it's actually quite says a lot. It actually does say a lot. And what you're saying right now, that expression, is what a lot of them are saying. They just don't know what to do in that sort of situation. And like I said, a lot of them will shoot themselves. Some will get what he calls ships. Some will be distracted.
drinking.
Yeah, and some just have nefarious
Just go
behavior.
to work just for
Yeah.
the sake, just for the enjoy.
Yeah, and life is too short for that. We've been fortunate enough to get to this age.
It is.
We've got
It
a
is.
lot of our friends that didn't make it. I think you got people that just didn't make it as well. To get to in their 40s, totally. And
That's the beauty of marriage. You have to work things out. Find out where you guys are not getting along and fix it.
yeah, I saw royal leave.
If no, don't.
We're gonna wrap this up.
Nah, she's got a finger up.
Oh, okay.
No, that one. That's a no. Now tell people, leave. If you leave, and then get him help whilst you're there, safe.
Or get him help.
Get him help. Get you both help for you. It's always a two-way thing. Both of you.
Yeah, but yeah.
Not just one person. You both need help.
You know, a part 2, we'll end up having to have a part 2 at the end one of these days.
We'll invite you in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next week, we're gonna get a young man, and he can tell us the problems that he's having in Zim, and why he's not where he wants to be. Because I think a lot of dreams have been crushed by Zim.
They have.
Yeah, a lot of dreams have been crushed, and people are not
But
happy.
those are
They're
things
just-
we need to think about for our kids.
That's why for me it's easy to have talk to them about stuff like that. Do you feel you're the best that you are? Do you feel you're being the best you can be?
I think she is. She was already selling stuff while she was just waiting for this podcast.
I tell you.
Hi. You're a natural salesperson.
Do you believe you're flowing in your purpose?
I am now, but it took a while. even in my 40s, still trying to work things out.
But you believe you're being the best you can be.
Yes, now I am.
That's why they say, life begins at
40.
Yeah, because you know who you are. You've done all your school fees, your masters, your PhDs, and everything else in your 20s and 30s.
Do you know who you are?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So my advice to everybody else below 40.
Know who you are. Do you know who your husband is?
We change with time.
That's true.
We had an argument with Chris the other time. Well, not an argument. I just said what I wanted to say. And he just said, that purpose doesn't change. The dynamics of where you present your purpose will change, but your specific purpose never changes. Do you believe that? Not believe, but do you concur with that?
That was your argument, right?
Yeah. You just went,
Because it was rubbish.
Yeah, that's exactly. Facial expressions just tickle me.
They're perfect. And you know what? If I can, I'm going to take lots of pictures before she leaves and put them there so it changes as the podcast goes. Yeah.
And I'm busy looking at it like, okay, it's just...
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. My face just doesn't...
Yeah.
But I think it changes with where you are and who you are.
No, purpose will never change.
It will.
Purpose shouldn't change.
Purpose does.
Thank you. Purpose does not change.
Great.
But where you apply
Let me give you a good example. In your 20s, what was your purpose?
At that time, I was clueless. No, I knew.
No. You had your purpose. What was it? What was it?
I knew.
What was it?
But for me,
No, what
like
was
10
it?
Minutes.
What was it?
Like 10 minutes.
What was it?
We mentioned it, guys,
Shouldn't give me one word.
I can't give you one word.
This is what he does.
I can't give you one word. I can't.
No.
I'm not a one word.
Give me one word. What was it? What was your purpose?
My purpose, serve.
To serve. In your 30s, what happened?
Nothing.
Did you serve?
Nothing happened.
Did you serve?
Yes.
Where?
In a different arena. That's when I was now in my hype in choreography.
Okay. So that was serving.
For me, yeah.
So you
although I was
defined
getting
it.
paid. Yeah.
You defined it.
Although I was getting paid,
And
I was
now?
serving. Now, work.
No.
No. You must understand. No, you must understand.
No.
Before it was, I want the money, yeah. But now it's so gratifying when you serving somebody and making their life easier. Yeah. No,
it hasn't changed.
Thank you.
What is your purpose in your 20s?
I'm not saying
What is your purpose in your 20s?
Let's focus on
No,
his.
tell
Let's
me.
use his.
No.
That's
People-
for number
no.
2 episode. I agree with you.
Purpose has not changed.
Really?
The way I can present it.
The way you what?
It's now
I
upgraded.
give it out.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
the same, but purpose remains the same.
Same, yeah.
It's the same. It's the same internal combustion engine. Whether
It's a what?
It's the same internal combustion engine.
Okay.
Whether it's taking
And now
a
we've got an electric car.
cat from a city center to his home place, or whether it's racing because they're racing at Donnybrook right now, or whether it's just you and I having a jaunt on the street, it remains the same. Purpose still being fulfilled, but a different application.
Has your
Whether it's in a
purpose
ship
changed?
as well.
Has it changed?
Yes.
Why?
Because I've changed. And you said it yourself.
No, you haven't changed.
We changed.
Chris is Chris.
No,
But
that's
what-
my name.
Nah, but
that's
what?
not my purpose.
Your
purpose and
will
name
never
are
change.
different.
Purpose will never. Let us, because it's a Sunday. Let us go back to the Bible.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
this is going to be part 2. That's a wrap. Thank you.
Because Nokia today reset has to be HTC, then reset is iPhone, then
Go back to minus. We're good to go. Where am minus? Go for it.
I'm just fed up.